Hey Graham and Jack, my name is Ryan Raja. Thank you guys so much for checking out my video. I know how valuable your time is, so I'll try to keep this as concise as possible, but I would love to welcome the opportunity to talk with you guys on a more personal level via Zoom or a phone call if you guys think I'd be a great fit for your team. Let's get into it. Now, I really wanted to preface this video by just saying thank you, Graham. Whether you and Jack decide to provide me with this amazing opportunity or not, I have to give credit where credit is due. And your channel has changed my life and helped me in more ways than I can imagine. Your advice, stories, courses, and just overall transparency have helped mine and I'm sure millions of others' outlook on personal finance. Now, I can confidently say that I would not be in the position that I'm in today at 21 years old with over a six-figure net worth if I hadn't stumbled upon your videos in 2017, all the way back when I was graduating high school. And guys, I do want to say that I don't have rich parents and genuinely nothing was ever given to me besides their love and support. I do work very hard for everything that I have, and this video isn't meant to come off as me bragging in any sort of way. I just truly believe that transparency is the key to any good relationship, whether that be someone in my personal life or someone like you watching this video halfway across the country. Now, I did want to break this video up into 4 parts, just telling you a little bit about myself, my previous work experience, a glimpse into my own personal finances, and then altogether why I think I'd be a good fit for this role. So let's get into it. Now, my name is Ryan Raja. I'm 21 years old, born and raised here in South Florida, and a child of 2 immigrants. I was the first to be born in the US, and with that came a great pressure to be the first one to graduate college. So when I was in high school, I made that a priority. College, college, college. I was never the smartest, I was never the best in class, but I put in the extra work, I put in the extra hours, went to tutoring, and honestly filled my schedule up with AP classes, dual enrollment classes, anything that would help my chances of getting a scholarship to college. And well, I did just that. I ended up getting a scholarship, but I very quickly learned that college just simply wasn't for me. Here I was as a business major being forced to take prerequisites in learning about rocks and music theory. And honestly, the whole college life thing didn't really impress me. It wasn't for me. I'm not someone who wants to go out to parties every weekend. The frat life truly isn't for me. Now, technically I'm still enrolled, but I haven't actually taken a course since this whole pandemic began. And my life has honestly never been better. The only way that my life could get better is if you all smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm and help me start my new life in Las Vegas. And now that you know a little bit more about me, let's go ahead and get into my career experiences. So in high school, I did have a part-time job at a local ice cream shop, just working after school on weekends just to save up a little bit of money. And I was fortunate enough to have parents that provided me with the basic necessities of food, clothes, and a roof over my head. So I was able to save every single penny for about 2.5 years straight. And then right after I graduated high school, I went through a series of about 5 interviews and landed a job at Apple. I worked for Apple for about 2 years. I started all the way at the bottom as a part-time sales associate, and I was able to work my way up the ladder. From part-time sales associate, I moved to full-time, and then I was a technician working on iPhones, Macs, iPads, etc., which will come in handy as I've always been the go-to tech guy in my friend group or at my current work situation. Anything that you need, I'll be able to handle it, and if I don't know how to fix it, I'll learn. During my last few months at Apple, I did transition into the operations and logistics side of things, which was a very enjoyable experience. I got to learn so much at such a young age. And I know you're gonna love this part. After about 2 years at Apple, I was recruited by the one and only Tesla. I worked for them for just over a year. I started out in sales and marketing, and then eventually, once I hit my year, I did end up moving into, again, these operations and logistics side of things. So I was able to see 2 multi-billion or trillion-dollar corporations from such a young age. At 18 years old, I was able to see how the in and outs of a multi-billion-dollar organization, see how that's run and operated. And that's truly an amazing experience that I was able to see multiple aspects of that as well, from sales, marketing, the technical aspects, the logistics side of things. And I feel like that provided me with such a vast amount of experience, and I'm able to apply that to so many other aspects of my life. Now, I can't exactly say what I do or who I work for now, but I can say that I'm essentially guaranteed for the next 2 years $80,000 to $100,000 annually in total compensation, including salary, stock grants, and bonuses. And as amazing as that sounds, I truly believe that this opportunity that you're providing to be your executive assistant is not even comparable to that. I've put so much thought into this, and I'm completely willing to pack up my entire life here in South Florida, put in my 2 weeks at my current job. And I also would like to point out that this isn't something that's very small for me. I do have a career path going for me, but I'm willing to give that up because I'm in this for the long term. This isn't like, oh, let me go work for a YouTuber to get some exposure or have some fun out in Vegas. This is something for me that I would consider for years, decades, to be a part of your team and create a financial empire. What you've done in YouTube over the last 3-4 years is amazing, but imagine what we will be able to accomplish over the next decade. And I will strive to provide nothing but true excellence for you and the entire team. Now, I would like to take a glimpse into my own personal finances and why they matter. Like I said before, I really believe that transparency and honesty is the key to any good relationship. So if you're gonna take a chance and bet on me, you should know that you're betting on someone who has a go-getter mentality, always seeks discomfort because that's how you grow. And then 3, someone that produces consistent results. You can say you do a million things and you read this and you can do that, but if the results aren't there to prove it, doesn't mean anything. And Graham, you also said that you're looking for someone who's obsessed with Reddit, YouTube, and personal finance. And that pretty much sums up me entirely. And I'm the biggest proponent of YouTube and Google University. Essentially, all of the knowledge that I've been able to gather about personal finance and long-term wealth building has come from Reddit and YouTube. And just to backtrack a little bit back to those ice cream days in 2017 when I was just graduating high school, like I said, I was able to save every penny for about 2 years and came up with a few $1,000s. I was on Reddit and I was continuously reading forums and articles, and I kept seeing this thing called Bitcoin. Even now, Bitcoin can be a challenging concept to grasp, but especially back in 2017 when I was in high school, man, it was so difficult to understand what this was and why this was going up in value so much. But at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? I'm young. I've done weeks, if not months of research into this. It is risky, but if things don't go as planned, I have the rest of my life ahead of me. So I went and took the gamble, and back in 2017, I purchased $5,000 worth of Bitcoin. I'm gonna go ahead and show you a glimpse into my accounts right now. I won't be deep diving into anything in this video, but just to give you guys a rough idea of my track record and my history in personal finance. All right, guys, so I'm gonna pull up my phone right over here, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it either on the side or the middle, just so you guys can follow along with what I'm seeing. So this is my Coinbase account. Market is down today a little bit, but essentially what I'm going to show you right now is my initial purchase back in 2017 of $5,000, where I was able to get 1.25 Bitcoin, and then since then I've been able to grow my Bitcoin and Ethereum portfolio to just under 6 figures. Hopefully very soon it'll far surpass that. I completely understand that crypto is still a space that is still being discovered, and it's a very uncharted territory with that comes with a lot of volatility, and it is a very small percent of my portfolio initially invested that has just blossomed into this crazy number that just keeps getting wilder and wilder. But to offset that, I do have other investments that I can show you right now. So with your advice and learning from you and Reddit and many others on YouTube, Meet Kevin, Credit Shifu, etc. I've been able to max out my Roth IRA every single year since I was 18 years old. I'm invested in a bunch of blue chip stocks that I believe in long term, and I also have mutual funds that I invest in, which are much more safer and guaranteed in the long run to be solid wealth builders. On to my next step. I do want to show you guys my Credit Karma. My credit score right now is about 762, which according to Credit Karma is excellent, and it's only going to get better. Right now, I'm going to scroll down and you guys will be able to see that my payment history is 100%. My credit utilization stays anywhere from about 1 to 3%. Not sure why my age of credit history shows 1 year and 10 months, because when I click on that, it does show that it's been about 3 years and 6 months, which is essentially when I turned 18. I believe that week I went out and got my first credit card. I have a total of 8 accounts, which can show you that I have all these credit cards that I pay off in full every single month and collect all of the benefits from, as far as from the reward system. So with all that being said, with all my investments, a little bit of savings in my high interest Yada savings account. Congratulations on that, by the way, Graham. I love seeing that notification at 9 p.m. every night. And my excellent credit score, I'm more than prepared to make the move out to Las Vegas and start the next step in diversifying my investment portfolio by investing in my first rental property in the booming market of Las Vegas. To sum everything up, guys, I think I've been able to demonstrate that I'm someone who is a go-getter with a get-it-done mentality. I've been fortunate enough to experience working for 2 tech giants that have given me so much knowledge. I've always been the youngest in the room, and I've been able to soak up all that knowledge, and I'm continuously learning. I love adding more tools to my toolbox. And I've been faced with so many unique situations that don't have a playbook, but I'm still faced with completing that task no matter how big or how small. And that's the exact same mentality that I would have when working for you. No task that you provide me would be too big or too small. Also, as far as driving goes, I think you'll be happy to hear that I would happy to drive you around, take you to Starbucks, McDonald's. Love McDonald's, by the way. So Jack and Graham, I'd love to have a meal. I even have the app so we can get some discounts on that as well. But I'd be happy to take you around in the safest car in the world. I do have a Model 3 long range, so it also has the longest range, so those trips from Las Vegas to California should be no issue. I also do have the full self-driving package, so you'll feel good knowing that you're in a comfortable car that's tinted for your privacy and comfort, and it also will be able to drive itself eventually, so we should have no problems there. And I also think from a compatibility standpoint that we would get along great. We'd be a team of young, motivated individuals who love iced coffee, love McDonald's, have a passion for Teslas and cars in general. I think that we would have a great connection, and I think we'd be able to work very cohesively together as a team. I'd be able to take away much of your pain points, give you more freed up time, and like I said before, no task is too small or too big. Just let me know, and I'll be happy to help with a smile. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Again, my name is Ryan Raja. Take care, and good luck to everyone else applying.